The Dark Realm is a difficult place to live. Plants grow weakly and twisted in the lack of sunlight. Mercenary work and banditry are rife, as it pays more than basic farming or hunting. The realm at large is ruled over from the great city of Guardia, an overpopulated, sinful place ruled over by a baleful king that we haven't seen in years. There is an elven kingdom to the south, ruled by the sequestered shadow elves, a dwarven kingdom lost to the mountains of the west, and a tiefling kingdom among the volcanic rock of the islands in the north. Great patches of our land are poisoned and deserted. There are tribal villages, beasts, goblins, and orc warbands, of course, but we're trapped here. The mists are a mystery. Most who enter them never return. Those that do are changed in such a way that they are unrecognizable or utterly insane. Nothing comes out of the mist, but it surrounds us, calls out, poisons, frightens. Couple that with the almost endless darkness, and the Dark Realm is a very difficult place to live.
I was killed here for my lack of knowledge, yet I found the source.
Knowledge of the source saw me lost under Dandelion.
I followed the source into the ocean, and upward to my doom.
Our cause is now yours. End the child of darkness. You too, race now against your own doom.
Fix. Vita suddenly reacts to something. There is a panicked feeling that you get alongside this reaction. Something is approaching very fast, and it's something very bad as far as Vita is concerned. It's approaching at a rapid speed from underneath where you are. Vita bursts into flame, and as he takes his fire form and begins to loop wildly in the air about you, he suddenly starts flying at a great speed away from where you guys are each stood around this gravestone in this horrible ancient gravesite filled with these ghosts who move around you. From underneath where Vita is, there is a torrent of fire that bursts upwards, magma. Vita is consumed by it and then caught by it. It forms upwards from the ground, and suddenly before each of you is a creature built of fire and magma. It begins to take a strange form. It almost looks a little like a giant wingless Vita, but it's eyeless. Two vague shapes of arms and legs. A single hole in its head from which lava is spilling. It hits the ground. It burns the dry plant life below it, and the ground around the creature itself ignites. It lets out a wave of heat that each of you will feel. It immediately maybe takes your breath away. Fix, you can sense Vita within this creature, almost as if it's imprisoned by it. There is an instant but off familiarity to the creature. Something about it, maybe a similarity to Carmen's demon. Could be the same thing that she drew her power from. The thing roars again. It stands there, it trembles, and it begins to glow brighter, pulsing brighter and brighter, the air around you heating up as the creature begins to gather power. I'm going to bring you over to a battle map, and I'm going to need you all to roll me some initiative against the Magma Demon. Please. Let me click the turn order for you.
Can I roll for Vita?
Nope. Vita is inside this demon.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will roll for the creature. Who are we missing?
Me. Sorry. I didn't have my token. It's a 4.
Ooh, 20.
Oh boy.
So you rolled a 4, did you say?
Yes.
Okay. So as the creature bursts up from the ground, tearing a huge hole in the ground, it strides around this area, moving slowly, lumbering. This thing is huge. It's maybe 18 to 20 feet tall, and its form is shifting. It gets a little taller, a little smaller every now and then. It's kind of like just a set of lava, magma, and rock moving and turning in on itself, but it does have a vaguely humanoid shape about it, and it does seem to be focused on you with that kind of central head area. The fire around it is burning, but not kind of a wildfire, but it does catch fire to the things that are there. Let's see what it's gonna do first. I'm gonna roll myself 1 dice. Yes. That's the end of its turn. Merlin.
Oh God. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna try and attack this thing with the Staff of Necrosis.
All right. Give me your attack roll.
Okay. Oh God. 14.
14. This necrotic energy flies out from the staff. The creature's face burns bright. You see that it kind of counters some of the magic here. It's not necessarily like it is able to counter spell this thing. It's more just that it has its own magical ambience around it that is almost like an anti-magical field. You can hit it with magic, but it's hard to do. A 14 is not enough against its AC. The magic is absorbed or deflected in a way.
Well, shit. Okay. I think I'm just gonna move behind Fire and just cling on for dear life.
All right, you grab onto one of Fire's legs.
Yeah, this is not good.
All right, Fire.
I will quickly look around, and I try to look at Will and just say, "Are we running? Are we okay?"
So my answer to that will kind of depend, Brett. How fast did this thing pop up out of the ground? Did it look like it was moving way faster than we possibly can when it surfaced?
Unbelievably fast. It was like a volcanic eruption more than anything else. The fact that there was no sign of it moments ago, and then suddenly a brief trembling in the ground, and then it appeared, suggests that when it is in its kind of full magma form, it's very, very fast. As it has formed into a kind of humanoid form, it looks very slow though, lumbering around.
How far is it back to that building where we had been before when we fought the little critters?
You can get into the building if you run to the very south of this battle map, down here where the kind of fallen doorway is.
This big archway thing here on the map?
Yes.
Okay.
If you can make it to that and off the battle map, you are considered out of play. You will have escaped. That's you holding down all the buttons on the PlayStation controller in a Final Fantasy game. So if you can make it off the south portion of the map in any way, you will be out of the combat and inside the inside that structure again.
Would it be able to follow us in there though? If I didn't want necessarily out of combat. Sorry, Rhea, I didn't mean to hijack your turn. You asked the questions.
No.
I need the answers.
It's fine. This is just kind of innate things that you would understand that are mechanics being translated into what Will would just know immediately. I don't think you really have any idea what it would be able to do, but you would technically be out of combat. Whether it suddenly appears in front of you and maybe creates another combat or creates a situation or an encounter of sorts, you need to be a diviner to be able to know that, unfortunately.
Okay. In that case, when Fire looks over for suggestions, I'll just respond by saying, we could try fighting it inside. I think we're in its element out here, and tap the soft soil with my foot.
Okay. If I were to move, could I grab Merlin, not drag Merlin, but just have Merlin move with me? Or no, because...
Not really.
No.
You can move at half speed with him picked up, if he allows you to.
Oh, that might actually not be a bad call.
Your half speed isn't so bad.
And you can dash twice.
Exactly.
So I could do... Yeah, I'll do that. I'll try to pick up Merlin. And just go... So it would be my technically full movement then?
So you'd be able to do half of, what can you move? 90 feet? If you move as a dash, use your movement, and... Well, you use your movement, use your action as a dash, and use your bonus as a dash. You'd be able to move 90 feet, so you'd be able to move... What is half of 90? 45 feet from where you were, which was there, so you can get to here.
Okay, so I'll get to there.
Yeah.
And bring Merlin with me.
Merlin is scooped up by Fire, and they begin running at full speed towards the Winter Hall area, and they are gone, quickly moving out of sight. Will, brings us to your turn.
Yeah, I'll just reiterate to Fix, fall back. It's too big to fight and too fast to run. And I will take the dash action and catch up with these two. I don't really want to stand right on them in case this thing has an AoE attack, so I'm going to move over here, I guess? Move here just west of them by a few feet. And then for my... bonus action? Hold on, I need to read one ability. One moment. No, I don't have a bonus action this turn. I'll end my turn here.
Okay, Fix.
Vita. I also dash and move away. But I'm gonna try and see if I can feel Vita.
Absolutely you can. Vita is imprisoned, trapped inside at the center of this thing.
How does it feel about the demon?
What were you rolling before? I think I was rolling a secret roll for you, if memory serves. Let me double check. Yeah, D20, please.
8.
Let me check your sheet again. Oh, good. Just need to sign in. Roll 20 to check your sheet. Why? What? I think really all you get is the idea that while petrified still, And it seems that probably the thing that Vita has been concerned about or petrified about was this creature all along, since the first time you entered this area. You get the sense that Vita wanted this to happen. The reason that Vita flew away from you is so that that thing didn't come up from underneath where you are. That's about, I think, all you know at the moment. But there's no way Vita's getting free of this thing. It's far too small and weak. This thing is enormous and strong.
If it doesn't follow us, I'm not leaving Vita behind.
The creature's turn. Oh yeah. Roll. It continues to pulse with light and the heat of the area that you're in. It goes from being probably quite cold here to very warm, and now it becomes kind of like a tropical heat. There's like almost like a humidity to the air where this sort of cold area meets this suddenly boiling heat, and the creature grows a little. It bulks up in size as it seems to be drawing energy in, and then it flashes a few more times. It doesn't move, and it's Merlin's turn.
Well,
Currently
Merlin.
being carried by fire.
no, I don't you worry. No, not again. No, I'm not gonna anger the, well, whatever that thing is.
Marlon, do you have any idea what that thing is doing?
No, what? Do you?
You're the wizard!
Yeah, but it doesn't mean I know everything. I mean, I may know a lot, but not everything. Can I use detect magic on it?
You can use your action to detect magic if you want, but I think that the limit on detect magic is like 30 feet, and
Oh,
it's pretty
dang
far
it.
away. Let me double check that.
What-
Yeah, it is.
What about a good old fashioned intelligence check? Can
Yeah,
do
you
that?
can make
Okay.
you can make me just a standard check from what you understand. I can't see any of your sheets
Okay.
for some reason.
Yeah, I'll
so,
do that. Intelligence.
Let me see. Hold on. I don't want intelligence. I don't think. Well, you can have different options. You can give me Arcana, or I'll let you roll Investigation as well. But depending on which one you choose, depends on the type of answer you get back.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go for Arcana because that's my highest.
Oh no. Not again.
All right. A natural
Here we go
1,
again.
which comes out as an 8 for you.
Oh no.
The creature that you see in front of you, what it's doing, it's so alien looking and so strange that you probably have no idea what it's doing. Based on the only thing you really understand is that it does have some sort of resistance to magic and magical effects. So it's a magical type of creature in some way, but I don't think you have any idea outside of that.
I mean, maybe Merlin would have gotten a hunch after what happened with the Staff of Necrosis.
That's all I'm giving you, yeah. That's why you know
okay.
that it has some maybe resistance to magic in some way, but
Right.
you're not even sure of that
Yeah.
on an 8.
Merlin's just gonna look up at Fire and be all like, "Can we go now?"
Mm-hmm.
I end my turn.
Yeah. Brings us to you, Fire.
We go now. We keep
All right.
running.
Are you
Let's
off?
see.
Are you out?
Oh, I am. I am right here, Brad.
Oh, you can't get off the screen? You're on the final square, huh? All right. So you make it to basically you're at the opening to the Winter Hall. It's very similar to the other side. There is a great big crevasse, a tear in the ground that splits the opening. And you guys can get back in the way you came out. It is inside. It is a crumbling kind of ancient structure, but it's pretty much just an enormous cube about 200 feet by 200 feet, and it's a room that's split in half. All of the weird creatures, the pale ones that came up from inside, attacked you in there, and you're just at the entrance of it, but not quite in the Winter Hall yet, bringing us to Will.
Sure, I will move all the way to the door. And I will... Can I ready an action to use my remaining movement as soon as Fire and Merlin are through? I'll step through with them.
Yep.
I want to wait, make sure everyone gets through. Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll hold my remaining movement.
Yeah, brings us to Fix.
I'm gonna bonus action hex it, as it's still up from the previous fight.
Right, yeah.
And then I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it.
Okay.
And just say, let go of Vita. It's 12.
12. Your Eldritch Blast fires forward. You see this thing which is pulsing and growing a little in size as your spell arrives at the area where this thing is burning. You almost get the sense that the force is consumed and burnt up almost by the intense heat coming off of this creature. While the Eldritch Blast makes it to the creature, it doesn't like hit it, and the magic is dissipated. You miss.
And then I use the rest of my movement to move down. I think Vita knows that. I think it's the demon. I think it's the same demon. I think Vita knows how bad it is and it's scared of it. It's trying to protect us.
Is it inside it or something?
It's inside it. It's trapped inside it. And it's not moving.
I don't know what to tell you. The only plan I could think of was to hit that thing into the giant ravine inside where we fought before, but that would take Vita with it.
The creature lets out a giant roar. As it does so, there is what can only be described as an enormous explosion from where the creature is. There is an enormous wave of fire that spreads out from where it was stood, almost as if the thing self-destructs. There is just a wall of fire that moves out in a circular motion from where the creature is, burning everything up, pushing over some of these stones, and igniting everything around it. It pushes out from where the creature is about 60 feet and doesn't quite reach where you are, but there is a wave of heat that hits you. For a moment, there is no oxygen even in the air as you struggle for a breath before it returns. Let's see, who shall we have roll first? Let's have you, Fairlight. Roll me a 1d6 plus 1.
I don't suppose I could use my readied movement to just step inside when this wave of fire is coming at me.
You don't get hit by it, but no, you can't, because it was on the precursor that they, the
right.
Merlin and
Okay.
thingy move in.
Sorry,
So
roll what?
1d6 plus 1.
A 3.
A 3. Suddenly, from when the fire dissipates and the wave of this fire and concussive energy dies down, the creature is still standing there. It's no longer pulsing with this light, and dripping from its body, parts of it fall off, hit the ground, grow spiny legs, and turn over as it creates 3 creatures that I have named Magma dogs. They jump up and survey the area. And I will roll for them. Or do I need to roll for them? No, I don't. They just go on this turn. Or they get a whatever the same thing is. So they go after the Magma demon. These small, no larger than a decent large-sized dog, creatures, 4 legs with small little horns almost, and no real facial features, but spiny, sharp legs, jump over and then begin to rush towards the area where you are. They are very quick. Let's see if they can get all the way up to you. This one can get over to this tree trunk. This one can get kind of next to it, which means this one can get about here as well. And these little magma dogs suddenly start rushing towards where you are, moving extremely quickly, but not able to quite make it over to where you are. The magma demon itself, the large thing, I am going to roll a dice for myself. I need a different dice. That thing is now kind of looking around, and it focuses on where you guys were and then turns to where you're moving towards and ambles very slowly towards where you are headed, over to about 20 feet from the hole that it burst out from the ground from. And let me just check whether it can do what I think it can do. No. So, yeah, it's ambling over to where you are. Bringing us to Merlin.
Well, oh god, I don't know if I can slow him down. I mean, I guess I'll try and attack one of the magma dogs, the one closest to us. I'll use the Staff of Necrosis.
I'll give them little dots as well.
Alright, yeah, I'll go for the red one.
Red, blue, and green.
27!
Hey, there we go.
27 is a hit on the magma dog.
What the? Wow. That's pretty wicked.
You did. Oh, that's a natural 20, 27. So you do 17 damage to this thing. The Staff of Necrosis goes off. One of these dogs that's running towards you, its legs pushing it forward, it's like a blur, igniting some of the grass behind it as it runs. Suddenly hit by this necrotic damage, the thing explodes. There is a sudden explosion as it explodes, fire and magma launching up into the air and landing around the area that it was in. But you successfully destroy one of them. And is that the end of your turn?
Yeah. I stand my ground with fire.
Okay, fire's turn.
Fire looks at Fix and just says, I gotta get Merlin out of here. And I will leave the map.
Alright, you two are out of combat. And you dash into the Winter Hall. Leaving us with you, Will, and Fix. Oh, he's gone.
Oh no.
He's vanished. And there is no way I can predict
just
what
thought
he
he
can
was
do.
so unamused. I was like, whoa.
He
Well, you think you can
very
handle this by
unamused.
yourself? Well,
That
fine.
face is so perfect.
He looks very unamused right now. I wonder if this works. I have this still set up? No, I don't. That's a shame. I have a scene with just the three of you, but it's not set up correctly.
Oh,
So
no.
because this happened, we win.
Yes, it is
Do
now.
we win? Are you winning, son?
You've now
Yay.
won the combat. Congratulations.
Yay, thank you.
Did he message anywhere?
Yeah, he
said
said
his app
he's still
froze.
here, but the app froze.
Oh, I see.
Okay, there we go. I've got my audio back. Wow, Merlin crit so hard he hit me right in the headphones or
Yes.
something. I don't know.
That's what it was. That necrosis struck
Sure,
you.
give me 2 seconds. I'm getting my camera and such back online.
Are you leaving? Are you running away?
Is everyone else except Fix out?
Yes.
Then oh yeah, my reaction went off whenever they exited. I'll do that reaction movement now and exit.
All right, brings us to you then, Fix. Nice and easy.
Yeah.
Would I still be able to take my normal turn?
Not if you're using your reaction after they left to go.
Oh right, because are we just exiting initiative then?
Yeah, you're out
Okay.
of combat.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I'm gonna desperately aim another Eldritch Blaster at the Magma Demon. And a 23.
I wonder if this works. No, does not. A 23 is a hit.
For 5 whole damage.
Yes. The
Plus 2.
The Eldritch Blast flies through the air towards where this giant creature is lumbering towards you. You see it kind of hit the it kind of hits the area where the creature is, but again, it doesn't seem to like really do a huge amount of damage to this thing as you hit it for 7 damage in total. You get the sense that it was not as effective as you want it to be. The and then what, are you running?
Yeah, I say, come on, Vita, try. And then I'm gonna run out.
All right, roll me a d20.
No. 15.
15. You get a sensation, an idea of how Vita feels right now. Through the horror and terror of how Vita feels, you get the sense that Vita just wants you to run, to abandon him, that you should save yourself over, him. The few of you rush into the area that was the winter hall here, and what is the plan as you run inside this ruin? You guys find yourselves once again in kind of this enormous, great big structure that's partially built into like a hillside on a mountain. Almost nothing going on apart from a great big fissure in the ground here. The dogs are still running after you, but you're out of combat for a moment to plan and strategize before I will roll a dice to determine what's going to happen to you. In fact, I'll roll it now and yeah, what do you guys do for now?
First things first, how wide is the door opening that we're running through?
It is, I think it is about 50 feet across. It's just an opening. There's no... do you mean from the side of the wall to the fissure, or from wall to wall? From door frame to door frame?
I just mean, is there a choke point these dogs are going to have to run through, or is it just a wide open, like a barn missing a wall?
Here's what I'll do for you.
Or just,
if
you could just show the battle map, that'd be amazing.
You guys can assume that you guys are here. The dogs will have to run through. Oh, this doesn't work. Hold on 1 second. You can get in from there. Do you see that? No.
I see.
The green line you just added?
Yes.
Yes.
That is one side, and the other. Well, they have to come in through this. So the choke point is 15, 20 feet across. This is all crumbling bullshit, and if you stand on this, you get the idea that you're probably gonna slip and fall if you're not extremely dexterous, if we put it that way. There's also just crumbling areas all over this place. The footing in here is slightly unsteady, as you guys have already experienced it. You had to make checks just to walk through here without making loads of noise or crumbling stuff. Ultimately, you ended up fighting with the pale ones in here, but this would be your choke point here. 15 to 20 feet across. And you can maneuver yourselves kind of roughly within this area if you want right now, just in case I have you roll initiative. But yeah, what is your plan here, Will? As I assume it probably looks something like this right now. as Fix stumbles in after you. Dogs running after you. What do you do?
I will post up at this door, and then as soon as Fix walks in, just look up. We'll get one shot at this. If we can knock it off, then we get rid of it, maybe. I'd love to save Vita too, but I have no idea how to get it out of that thing.
I could create an illusion and funnel them in so it's easier for them to fall.
Right.
I'm just standing in front of Merlin, kind of with my arms out to the side.
You two just back up. Stay out of reach.
I can do that.
Merlin nods.
All right.
Kill the small ones. Yeah, as they say that, or as these things are coming in. Kill the small ones first. I'm going to try and shove the big one off. Merlin, if you can do that thing you were doing before, help me with it.
Got it.
I will put this little set of rocks just kind of to give you an idea of where the entrance is.
Okay.
And, all right, in that case,
Can
please
Fix
roll me initiative.
Oh, I was going to... Could
Is
I...
Fix
You
allowed to
can
move?
move, yeah, you can move yourselves real quick to where you want to start.
Could I do the
within-
illusion that I was planning to do?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. I said yeah as if I had any say. Yeah, you can. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can.
absolutely.
I can
Go
do
for
that.
it.
I hate it.
Do you have any idea how to make that thing release Vita?
Not when Vita wanted us to run. It knows.
Okay, so you may ready actions.
As soon as I see a little dog, I'm gonna take a sharpshooter shot at him.
Okay.
I will. Can we hear the giant thing approaching, or is it like the dogs running ahead of it?
You can hear the dogs. You can. I don't think you can hear the magma demon approaching. No.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to step here and take the dodge action.
Okay.
And end my turn.
And Fix, you can ready an action of an illusion. Merlin, you can ready an action on. So when you ready an action, you have to specify when the action would go off. So you can hold your action. You can say, when a dog appears, I will cast an Eldritch Blast. Or when Will, falls down at 0 HP, I will heal him. That kind of thing is what you can do. So you have
Got
to
it,
tell me
okay.
the precursor out. And if that trigger
Okay.
doesn't happen, then your action wouldn't go off.
All right. I guess then Merlin, as soon as he would see any one of the two dogs close enough to the ledge, he would use telekinetic to push it into the boots.
All right. And Fix.
I with my hex, I would have hexed intelligence on the magma demon, and I'd like to, as soon as I can, create an illusion that looks like the crumbling edge of the cliff is solid, and like a
okay.
slight low wall going from the door towards the edge of the cliff.
If I give you
I don't know how much space I've got.
Yeah, it's 5 foot. So I think on a minor illusion, or are you doing which illusion are you readying? Which spell exactly?
Silent image.
Silent image.
It's 15 foot.
All right, 15 feet cube. So you can create a 15-foot platform almost. That is not really there. So I guess we'll have to. Let me just grab an asset to use, and then I'll give you power over it. It will look like this for us, but it is however you want it to look. So I'm going to give you power over this, and you can move that little thing around wherever you want, and this is an illusion.
Yeah, it's gonna go there, and it's just gonna look like solid ground.
Okay. So that happens, and then the 2 dogs come running in. I'm gonna roll 2 dice. 1 and 2. So, the first one will come running in close to where you are, Will, spy you and rush for you. The second one is going to run onto this crumbling piece of rock here, and it has to make a dexterity saving throw. Let's see how it does. It comes running in. You see two of these kind of like spindly legs land on an area which looks like an illusory part of the cliff, and then there's a crumbling noise, and then the thing falls through your illusion, and the dog falls all the way to the bottom. What was the 20d20, please, Fix?
D20. 5. Oh, 20 D20.
20 D20.
Oh.
It's for sure dead. I just want to know how much damage you do.
253.
You do 253 damage to this thing because it hits terminal velocity. It falls all the way to the bottom. There is no sound or light or anything, but it's gone.
Does Vita... Do I get a sense that Vita knows? Like, is connected to these things as well as the Magma Demon?
You can roll me a D20.
A 1.
You can't even sense Vita right now. Vita is gone. Now, the dog. I have to open this. Let's see. Yes. So the other one, as one of them comes running around this corner, Will, one of these other dogs moves around, spies you, rushes towards you, and explodes. Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
I didn't get to do my shot.
Ow.
Oh, you do? Yeah, hold on. Give me the shot.
Boop.
Fire, please kill the exploding doggy.
8 on a sharpshooter shot as the arrow flies out the doorway, and then the
was too
dog
fast.
explodes. Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
I tried.
Okay.
Does Merlin push?
I thought I pushed.
Since I took the dodge action, I have advantage on the dex save, so it's a 21, not 20.
You can't push this thing off the edge. It's not close enough.
Oh, poo.
21, natural 20. You will take only half of
482.
6. This thing explodes as soon as it sees you. It just rushes towards you and then explodes into magma. It kind of, the force of the magma and the movement of this dog flings it towards where you are, but it does hit everything around it as well. You are able to bring a shield up, or maybe move in such a way that you avoid taking the full brunt of the fire here, but you do take 3 fire damage. That is the end of their turns, which I will re-add them because I didn't add them, but technically they were on the turn order there. Would you... It is now your turns. There is nothing here that you can see. You are still in combat.
Okay, can we hear the thing
That
at all?
can't be good.
You may give me a perception check on your turn, but right now it is Fire's turn, and you can have a short conversation if you want, but there is no obvious sound at all. In fact, everything falls quiet. There's a lot of burning coming from outside, but that's about it. The magma from the dog that exploded near you cooling somewhat.
I will just walk. I'll do the thing again where I just grab Merlin and try to walk back. I want to get Merlin as far away from... Could Merlin just walk with me since there's no...
If you want to do that, yeah.
Enemies?
You're going to get one sort of free turn here.
Yeah, okay. I want to try and get as far away as I can from where they're going to
If you want to use your turn to move to where she is as well, then you can.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do exactly that.
Fix.
So could I...
Will.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you can all kind of go at the same time if you're just moving.
Yeah, I just want to...
I will start with that perception check so I can try to hear if the thing is tunneling under us again.
Okay, give me a perception check.
A whopping 4.
Doesn't seem like it. Can't hear
I'd
any
like
tunneling.
I'd like to pop around the corner and see if I can see it.
Yep, you're gonna have to move a little bit, so that will be some of your movement, I guess, to at least here, we'll say.
Can I-
and give me a perception
Since
check.
I'm standing in front of the door already, would I be able to just see it through the door? Same as Fix is attempting right now?
Yeah, Fix, give me a perception check with advantage.
Oh, thank God.
This can be for both you and Will.
14.
14. The creature is not there. There's a lot of fire and a lot of these ghosts are still moving around in this graveyard, but it's gone.
It's odorous.
I try and reach out to Vita again.
Give me a d20.
11.
The only sensation you get from Vita is that Vita is getting closer.
I don't think it's moving further away. It's definitely coming for us.
Fix, that illusion. Can you replace it? Bait near the edge? And I'm pointing over here.
Yeah.
Just bait. Make another Merlin or something. I don't know.
I make an extra
Hey.
delicious looking Merlin.
Okay,
Okay.
I know I look like a snack, but I don't intend to get devoured by that thing.
A
Then, like,
gingerbread
Speedos.
Merlin appears.
Sorry, Merlin, you're the most bite-sized.
How many times can you cast Silent Image?
Jeez.
Do you do this?
It's my feet, or my thingy, so. Whenever I want, I think.
You sure?
It's an
Yeah,
at-will
can cast
skill.
it at will without expending a spell slot.
Oh, well,
okay.
don't cast it at me. I had to.
And you can do it multiple times a day, just whenever you want.
Yeah, no spell
This isn't
slot.
a once a day thing.
It's Misty Visions.
That's an unlimited skill.
Okay, yeah. I'm just checking.
There you go.
So let's give you a tasty Merlin. I'm gonna make a copy of Merlin. That doesn't represent Merlin.
I make him dance as well, so it's like movement.
And this is the fake Merlin. And you want to put him where? There.
Yeah, towards the end. Maybe up a little bit.
There.
Up to the right. Up,
There?
up. 2 more squares. Yeah, there.
All right. And
Then I'm gonna move.
Want to move?
Yeah, I'm gonna move back.
Okay.
I am going to step back
Will's
to
turn.
about here. I'm gonna just take a potion of healing in advance so that I don't get slapped upside the face and instantly go down.
Yes. Okay.
Or is it? Ooh, spicy. It's 2d4 plus 2, right? Oh, nice. I rolled max.
Sweet. Yes. Will drinks a potion. There is a moment as you guys are doing all these things when Will, as you drink this thing and you bring your vision back down, you see the earth directly in front of you crack open. You guys, unbeknownst to you, but very beknownst to me, this has been there the whole time. It doesn't look like a thing that you can fall through, but it is a very weak piece of the ground. There are several pieces of this that you walked around the whole time through the Pale One's fight and was extremely successful with it. But a piece of the ground, as the tremors get really harsh in here and the building starts to rumble, bricks fall from the sides of the building, the soot and rocks falling from the ceiling and parts of the crumbling edge next to the fissure fall in. So does this almost sinkhole open up right in front of you, Will. As you just step back from it, there is a torrent of fire that appears as not Merlin once again. Unfortunately for you guys, you find yourselves right in front of the demon. I'll be nice to you, and he will appear here. Suddenly, once again, rushing up out of the ground. Will, it is unbelievable. The heat that manifests directly in front of you from where this sinkhole is. At first, just a few bursts of lava, and then this full magma volcanic eruption as this creature appears once again in kind of a magma form. Before it even cascades down in a kind of liquid form, it begins to solidify again into that strange semi-humanoid form. Although it is facing currently towards you, Fix, you get that immediate sensation that Vita is within this thing again. And I will roll for him once more. In fact, I'll roll here. 6 on this thing's turn. We are at the top of the turn order. So, Fire, it is your turn as this thing appears in front of Will again.
I will grab Merlin. I would like to put Merlin maybe like over here. I would like to put Merlin somewhere, maybe on top of these rocks, where in my brain they can't be eaten, even though it doesn't really make that much sense.
Yeah.
That's just what I'm doing.
Carry Merlin like a baby over to those rocks and put him up on them. They're only about, I think I said they were about 5 foot tall before. So you're about 5 foot up, Merlin. So you're at eye level with Fire right now.
Yeah, safe.
But you are
We're
up
safe
on
here.
these bricks and some of the remains of the ruins of the Winter Hall. These enormous, giant, great big bricks. And you still have an action, Fire. It was just your movement.
Okie dokie. I will shoot it with my bow. Sharpshooter. A 17 is a hit, yes. Ooh. And is Will within 5 feet or no?
He is not.
Okay. 18.
18, damn. Nice. Yes, this arrow flies very true. You see it strike into this creature, and it's got its back to you, if we can call it back. The arrow strikes the creature, and it actually reacts to it. As the arrow hits it and sinks into that magma, it ignites, and then even the iron of the arrow itself begins to melt in this thing's back. But you do seem to have dealt full 18 damage to it. Is that end of your turn?
Yep.
All right. Will.
Okay, so we know that these chasms over here are like hundreds of feet down. This little hole I'm standing right at, is it also super deep down, or?
It looks to be, yes. It is covered in lava as well right now. But it looks like it probably goes pretty far down. It's certainly not just a small drop, like 15 feet, and you hit the bottom. You generally don't want to fall in.
When you say covered in lava, you mean like the edges are smeared in it, or you mean like filled like a pit?
Smeared. Yeah.
Okay. If I were to step towards it, does this ground here look steady next to me?
Not
right
really. The ground around this side of it looks steady. This area is a hole. I can remove this thing's aura, which will make it a little easier to see.
That's fine. I'm just going to use all of my movement to circle up around it. 5, 10, whoop, come back here. 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'll circle around to the north side of it here on what looks like stable ground instead.
Mm-hmm.
And then... let's see. I will bonus action Vow of Enmity. Give myself advantage. And then I'm going to cast... Thunderwave.
Okay.
That spell there.
Okay, so it makes a con save.
I'm going to, so I'm actually, I don't know if this is something I can do. I would like to target the floor under it, as opposed to the creature.
I think it just hits everything in a
I want to
15
you
foot
shall
cube.
not pass this thing and smack the ground under it with Thunderwave.
I think you just do a 15-foot cube, so it goes 3D here in the sense that it would also hit the ground under you and behind you and everything. So everything around you is going to be hit by this thunder wave, essentially, including the creature and the floor. So,
okay, in that case, I will angle it downward this way, away from myself.
I don't know if you can angle it, can you? I think it's just a 15-foot cube from you.
It would hit. It would hit. It originates from me, but it projects in front. Unless I mean, if you interpret it differently, then by all means. But I have always seen it drawn as like a
15-foot cube originating from you. I imagine you in the middle of a cube, and everything that's in that cube is what's being hit by the thunder wave. I don't think you aim it forward.
Okay.
I'll let you control Z if you're concerned.
Yeah, no, I'm rethinking it because I've never had it interpreted that way. So I'm thinking of if I still want to do that because I'm worried now that I might blow the feet out, like the ground out from under my own feet. So in that case, heck with it. You know, I'm just gonna try and shove the thing instead. I will do an athletics check and just shove it the old-fashioned way and see if that works.
You're just gonna shove this thing.
Yes, I'm gonna attempt a shove.
All right.
A 17.
Damn. And
I'm gonna yell Merlin as I'm doing it.
Yes. And on a shove, I think I have to make an athletics check back, or is it a save? Let me double check. It's an athletics check, I think.
It's yes.
Athletics versus athletics. Yes. All right. Let's see. 21. Yeah, this enormous thing. You just rush towards it, like using your shield or your hands, or what do we do? How do you look when you
just
attempt
try to
do this?
shield bash the. I'm gonna try to shield bash the thing forward because I don't think I want to grab magma.
Yeah. Well, you get to roll me 1d10 fire damage regardless, just from touching this thing.
Okay.
And it does not move. It's like it does feel like you're hitting a wall, while the outside of it is so searingly hot, and also you catch like some of this lava is probably pouring down over your shield and some of your armor. The inside of this thing, just underneath the kind of flowing lava and magma on the outside, it feels solid and it feels like you just ran into a wall. It doesn't move at all. And
Okay.
it burns you. Anything else?
Nope, just Merlin. And that's the end of my turn.
Well, all right, Fix his turn.
Seeing Will try and push this thing, I will try and blast it at the same time to help push it.
Okay.
24.
24 is a hit. It
And
is
these nat ones.
still hexed. Yep. So, yeah, again, you fire off one of these Eldritch Blasts. It hits it, but you can tell that it's not doing all the damage that you need it to do. This thing is resistant to magic. As
Then
you
I run.
strike it.
Run parallel to Will.
Okay. There are currently no magma dogs.
Currently.
Let's see what he does. It has been... Yes, it has. It begins to pulse again, lighting up and growing and drawing in energy. The heat inside this room starts to build up. And that brings us to Merlin.
Okay, so I'm gonna first start off by attacking it with the Staff Necrosis.
16 is a hit.
10.
10
And-
necrotic damage, yes. You,
And as a bonus.
you also can tell that this thing is resistant to magical damage, so it hits it and you see it do this damage, but it's only doing half the amount.
Oh, Cripes. Okay, well, I am now going to attempt to push it with telekinetic.
Yes. You can try and shove one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. Can be any size. Sometimes you have to be a certain size. Yep.
Oh, come on. I
I'm just
know
checking.
I'm small,
I'm
but...
just checking, but it is like 3 times your size.
Okay.
Yes, so you can try and push it, and they must succeed on a strength saving throw versus your spell save, I guess. Which is what? Are you trying to push it back into the hole?
Yeah, mine's 15.
15. It has to beat.
Yeah, come on. Fine.
13. You drag it backwards. It falls into this hole, falling down into the hole there, and I guess you just see it disappear as it falls into the hole.
Vita.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that ends my turn.
Fire's turn.
Good job.
I don't think it's over yet.
I will move back here in this little crevice. And I'm just gonna try to be a little bit hidden.
Okay. You can roll me a stealth check.
Do I get disadvantage because of my boots?
No. I'll let you, you can roll a stealth check because there's nothing here. Just look to see you. Well,
I just didn't know if there's, I made different vibrations with my big old shoes.
Look, those shoes are nice and soft, okay? If anything, they should dull the sound when you walk.
Okay.
It's a lot of fabric there. This thing's glowing with magma everywhere, right?
it's gone. There's a bunch of magma on the sides of this hole, but it fell in.
Right, but when it was in front of me, though, the magma's like glowing and giving off, it's giving off light and heat and everything, right?
Yes, yeah.
So when it falls down the hole, like how, it'd be the same as like throwing the coin down. Can I see how far this thing is falling before it impacts anything if it's giving off light?
Yeah,
or
give
at
me
least
a
until it.
perception check.
I'm just trying to gauge how far this thing fell and if it took any damage or not. Hoping that
on a
its
10,
own light
you see
gives
it
it away.
fall for a moment, and then it bursts into magma. It kind of just explodes into a magma form, and then fills the hole up for a moment. And I think probably that's where you get to. It does not fall enormously far. You can still see it, and it lights up as well. It's just a well of magma right now.
Okay, as soon as that happens, then I'm just going to look up at the rest of the party and say, no good. We're going to have to kill it. It's not going to fall.
It's resistant to our magic.
And we do this the hard way. I'm going to step back and bonus action Wrathful Smite to prep the next swing for when this thing comes up. And I will take the dodge action and end my turn here.
Okay. Fix's turn.
Ooh. I'm gonna move back behind to my left, behind this little block. I assume that's like a cover for me.
If you can get behind it, you can use it as cover, yes.
Yep. I'm gonna take cover behind there. And hold an Eldritch Blast.
For as soon as you see it.
Yep.
And, Will, you didn't ready an action. You were just smiting the sword, or prepping the smite spell.
Bonus action, the smite spell, which will wait until I swing, and then for my action, dodge.
Oh yes, you dodged, yeah. Okay. The creature returns. It is in its full magma form now. I believe that was the wrong thing that I grabbed. I want this thing.
I think we should have a fourth Merlin.
Well, I think we should have more Merlins. Can we just have an army of Merlins crawling out of
I guess that's
need at least
the
5 more.
Merlins are gone, right?
Yeah.
In its magma form, it can move very quickly, and it does so, bursting up again as a torrent of flame, fire, and lava. This thing does not begin to solidify in this kind of rocky form, and as a sort of torrential wave, it rushes towards you, Fix. This thing can occupy the same space as you.
Oh, good.
And as it does so, I think, yes, roll me a d10.
3.
3. You take 3 fire damage, and you are on fire. You have to take an action to douse the fire. Otherwise, you have to do 1d10 fire damage at the start of each of your turn.
Do you round up or down? I've got fire resistance.
You round down for everything except for hit dice, which you round up.
Okay, so
I believe. Then the creature rushes towards you, Will, and does the same thing. And roll me a d10.
Oh boy. Okay. A 2.
A 2. It will then end its movement here. You are also on fire.
Okay.
And it begins to, and so this is its action. It will reform again in its, begins to crystallize again and harden. It takes on those kind of limbs, the lava spilling from just a huge space in its face. And it was looking kind of towards Will and Fix here. You two are hit and swarmed by lava. This kind of just wave moving around the top of the room here, igniting bits and pieces, including you guys. Some of your clothing, your bag on fire as you see this thing stop, leaving bits of fire and magma around, bringing us to Merlin's turn.
Do I get to do my Eldritch Blast?
Oh yes,
Held
your
actions?
your held actions go off. Whoever had them, I can't remember.
25.
Yep, give me the damage
For a
that went
9
off as it was
plus-
rushing towards you, by the way.
It's 10.
Yep, so you deal 5 damage to this thing as it rushes in, and then you get swarmed.
Do you get an attack of opportunity as soon as it left me?
You know what? You do, yes, and actually this was... No, you know what? That what's done is done. You both do if you want.
I'd like to
Gotcha.
take out my short sword
Yeah.
and try and swipe at it
You may.
on a 10.
10 is a miss. You swing and catch nothing, basically, as this weird watery lava moves around. And Will, you can smite it if you want.
Gotcha. You reminded me with that I was concentrating on a spell, so that 14 is my concentration to keep my Wrathful Smite going.
Yes.
I'm gonna pass on trying to hit this thing while it's liquid. I'm just gonna save my smite for hitting it when I can actually make contact with something solid.
Okay, Merlin's turn then.
Okay, I'm going to once again attack it with Staff Necrosis from where he stands.
Give me the attack roll.
Oh, no,
11.
11.
Again, the spell hits this kind of odd abjuration or anti-magic field that seems to be a part of this thing as it begins to form. You still have movement or a bonus action?
Oh. Well, I definitely would like to try and push it again further away from Will.
Okay. Let's see here.
Sorry, ignore that. That was a misclick.
Oh, good. A 12. So you can move it this way, like that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good, that's good. Okay.
And you may
I don't-
move if
I
you
re-
want, but you can stay there if you'd like as well.
Okay, actually...
You are on these bricks, actually, so you probably have to... Well, I guess you can move on them. It's no big
I
deal.
probably should have saved that, actually, for when it actually does come towards Will. Can I still do that?
No.
No, okay. Alright, well then that's
You
it.
would have to hold your action to do that, and you've already used
Got
your
it.
action. So,
Okay, alrighty then.
Yeah.
I end my turn.
no worries. Fire.
I'm going to pop up and take a normal shot with my short bow.
Okay.
Am I hidden? Do I have advantage because I'm hidden?
No,
Okay.
because you are not hidden.
Okay. Well, I don't like that at all.
24 hits it though.
I should have done freaking sharpshooter. 11.
And you deal the full 11 damage as another arrow strikes this thing and it reacts to it. The arrow once again melting as it hits it, but it hurts the creature in some way, whatever form in there that you're hitting.
And I
And
bonus action hide.
okay, give me a stealth check.
And I really do this time. I hide. I'm really hidden. You know?
Really hidden.
21?
Really hidden. No one else can
Yep.
see you. Bringing us to Will's turn.
I hate that you phrase it that way, Brad. Okay. So for my bonus action, I'm going to use Mark Target, the curse, which is already there in chat. For the being on fire, is that damage? So I have to take an action to put it out, or I'm going to eat the 10 damage at the end of my turn. Is that how it works?
You take it at the start of your turn, so you have to do that first. You take a d10 damage now, and then then your turn begins.
Okay.
Someone, doesn't have to be you, has to take an action to douse the fire on you. But otherwise, you take 1d10 fire damage at the start of each of your turns, which unfortunately is right now.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me.
Just to make sure I'm understanding it correctly, it torches me on its turn, and then I get torched again on my turn before I can put it out, so I get it twice, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
You are on fire. That's all it is.
Yep. Okay. 5 fire damage.
Yes. Then your turn, whatever you do on your turn happens.
I don't think I can afford to waste any more turns putting fire out, so I'm going to hit this thing in the face.
Right.
Walk towards it and swing away
Swing.
for the fences. I'm going to swing with Booming Blade, which will be at advantage because of Vow of Enmity. That is a 17.
A 17 is a hit.
Okay, so we are going to have Booming Blade damage, which is 8.
Yep.
And then the damage from Wrathful Smite, which was, I believe, 1d6. Maybe I'll put it in the chat there just in case. It is 1d6, so it takes 4 psychic and 8 slashing. And I'm also just, for the heck of it, I'm going to throw in a regular Divine Smite on top of that.
Okay.
So that'll be 7 radiant damage, and it has to make a Wisdom saving throw and beat a 13 or be scared of me.
All right. Wisdom saving throw coming right up. A 14.
Okay.
Just about as you strike this thing. Also, this was a Wrathful Smite, right? So
Correct.
Yeah, okay, so it doesn't do the sound or anything like that, but it's probably crazy looking. You do take a d10 of fire damage for hitting this thing melee.
Lovely. Okay. 5.
Another 5 as you just are covered in fire and lava and swinging wildly at this thing. Flashes of light and magic striking this thing as it takes these strikes and these smites. You probably hear it roar and bits of lava and molten rock flying off of it as Will strikes at this thing, but he's also probably looking a little messed up himself. And then the booming blade will go off if it moves for 1 thunder damage. Is that right?
Yeah, I rolled a 1 on the thunder damage.
Okay. So
I think that is everything I've got on this turn, and then
you would also be aware now that this thing is not taking as much damage from the magical elements as you expect it to, I think, even though you're slightly newer to the idea of magic.
Okay. So I hit it with like 3 different damage types there. Does it appear to be resisting like everything, or just the
one that it didn't resist was radiant? It's the only damage type of magical damage type so far that it hasn't been resistant to.
Okay. Resistant psychic? What kind of a rock is this thing? Okay, well,
Doesn't
I
have
guess
much of a brain.
I guess I should be glad that at least something can hurt it. I don't know if Merlin's telekinesis can actually douse fire.
I don't think so, but it can move you around like a ragdoll.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna turn to Merlin and just go and just shake my head no, like this isn't happening, and then end my turn.
All right, brings us to you, Fix. You are also on fire. Roll me a d10.
Yeah, boy. 9.
9 fire damage at the start of your turn there.
4. Goodbye, temp HP.
You are also, yes, resistant to fire damage.
Yes. I am going to douse myself, seeing as magic doesn't seem to be doing much good.
Yes, you put the fires out, patting yourself down, pushing these bits of lava off that are burning through your clothes. And
then I'm going to try and feel Vita again.
All right, give me a d20.
Please. 12.
A d20. Vita is trying to figure out what this thing is. Vita recognizes this as a demon, much like what Vita is. In fact, very similar to what Vita is. This thing... Yeah, I think maybe that's all you would get, actually. This thing is really similar to what Vita is as far as Vita is concerned. Shockingly so. It views it as almost the same thing as what he is.
Does it get a sense of any intelligence or autonomy?
I don't think you know yet.
It's
You
worth a
can
try.
be more specific next time if you'd like, by firing that question at Vita. But in terms of how Vita is feeling, that immediate kind of reverb you get is that Vita is spending this time now trying to figure out what's going on, and also understands this odd kinship with this creature, but not in a good way, like, oh, good, hello, good to meet you. Just seems to be of a similar makeup. And are you moving, or is that the end of your turn?
Oh, God. No, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. The demon moves up a little bit, and then the booming blade goes off, but it does 0 damage.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Oh, did the physical attack do full damage, by the way, or was that also resisted?
Yes. No, your sword did the full 8. Let's see here. Yes. Can I get dexterity saving throws from Will and Fix?
Another nat 20.
Nice. And a terrible 4. So, Will, you will
I'm
take...
going to use my inspiration point to re-roll that.
Okay.
Ancient
It's not
inspiration
really
points. Is that
how
it?
it works? I don't think.
Really?
I think you have to
I
say.
re-roll any d20.
I don't think it's a re-roll. I think you have to say it gives you advantage on a
really?
roll. Yeah, but I'll let you do it. You're welcome.
Okay.
Don't say I
Thanks.
don't give you anything.
It was a 6.
Say bye to that inspiration. So, Will, you will take half of this damage, and Fire, you will take the full amount. The lava that is just spilling out of this thing's face, the creature kind of moves whatever kind of head area it has around, and then spits a line of lava directly ahead of it. I think, Will, you kind of probably duck down and avoid being hit by most of it, maybe bringing your shield up above your head. You get the sense that this wasn't even aiming for you and that it was aiming for Fix after all, as this line of fire heads out. It is so bright as well that for a moment, all of you probably have to shield your eyes as a almost like a flashbang goes off from inside this thing's head, and then the lava is launched outwards. Fix, you are blinded for, roll me a d4 amount of rounds, and you both take 6 damage for you, Fix, and 3 damage for you, Will.
2 rounds.
2 rounds. Okay, and
I am behind cover. Does that make any difference?
no, because it's a save.
Okay.
And the creature begins to pulse and glow again, bringing us to Merlin's turn.
this might sound like a really, really, really crazy idea, but considering it is resistant to magic, would I be able to do some animal handling? I know this, I usually cater to the much smaller beasts, but
You can try and speak to it.
yeah, I'm kind of running out of options.
Animal handling, the check is not magical, but you're potentially trying to do the thing where you speak to small creatures or whatever your ability is. Let me double check.
Yeah.
You can
I
always try
can show-
anything.
Yeah.
Speak with small beasts.
This is not a small beast.
It's neither small nor a beast. A beast
Oh,
is
no.
is an actual designation for creatures in D&D, and that would be like dogs and squirrels and things like that. This is a large, or maybe larger, huge demon in terms of what it's actually a demon elemental, if you want to know. But it's it's not a beast. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that you probably understand that this wouldn't work, but you may try. You may always try if that's what you really want to do to speak with it, but it wouldn't be a speak with beasts, small beasts thing here. It would be a different role.
I have enhanced message.
Yes, you do.
Would I be able to try that?
You absolutely may.
Okay, I will try calling out to Vita with enhanced message.
Let's see if you can communicate with Vita. First of all, give me enhanced message. Using an arcane focus, you may whisper to a message to a single target. And for the record, those of you that are D&D aficionados, you may have noticed that I've been very wobbly with the rules in certain places, and there's a lot of homebrew things going on. Message is a cantrip that lets you basically send a text message to someone in your brain. Enhanced message is something that Merlin is able to do because he has tapped into the power of the void, which is essentially allowing him to boost and bolster or bolt on extra abilities to certain spells. One of the only things he can do at the moment is enhanced message. The target, and only the target, hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear. You can cast this spell through solid objects if you're familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier. Magical silence, blah, 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 blah. When the spell is cast, it causes an arcane feedback that inflicts 1d4 plus 1 psychic damage to the caster. This is one of your nosebleeds again. But first, we will deal with what you are saying. It is a short message that you can send here to Vita. This is what you are using to contact Arias when you do so, by the way.
Right. So I would I would assume Merlin, he closes his eyes and he tries to feel I guess Vita in the air, and hoping this message comes through. Vita, if you are still in there, stop. You are attacking us.
Your message goes through. There is no response. The reason there is no response, you would understand, is because Vita speaks no languages. But you understand that Vita got the message. You don't know whether Vita understood the message, but the spell is cast and you are successful in sending it to Vita. However, you do take 1d4 plus 1 psychic damage as this spell is cast. It causes you to have to pull from either an energy that you're unable to use yet, or maybe it's just awful energy regardless. I don't think you understand fully yet how the void magic is working, but it's certainly not something that you're fully proficient with yet, and it causes 5 psychic damage, the maximum amount as you are suddenly struck with an arcane feedback. The reaction from the Magma demon doesn't seem to be anything at all. It doesn't seem to change what it's doing. It continues to stand there, somewhat focused on either will or fix, and pulsing and drawing in energy again.
Okay, I guess as a bonus action, I will, can I push Will? I don't mean to be a bully, but, maybe it'll help douse the fire too. Would it,
Trying to push him into the ground?
No,
She grabs his head and just runs in.
Yeah, like, I mean, are you trying to, how are you trying to put it out, though? Because if you just push him backwards telekinetically, he's probably still going to be on fire.
Oh, boy. I can't.
I will note that, like, while Merlin, while you're considering this, Will is literally like reaching towards you, like, how?
Yeah.
Can you push the air in front of him? Like, whoosh.
Can you have one
Put him out.
creature? It has to be a creature.
I don't. Yeah, it has. Dang it. I can't pull him towards me.
This might be. I don't know if this would be meta, Brad, but could I paint a picture of what Merlin is seeing?
Yeah.
I'm clearly wanting to put the fire out, but I can't because this thing is in my face, and I would have to disengage. So you could put the fire out, but if you move me away, that at least means I can, like, safely do that.
There's gotta be a way I can put out that fire.
On a bonus action, remember.
Right. Yeah, that's all I can do. That's all I can do. I can only push, Will.
Do you want to push Will?
Well, only because I want to keep him away from the magma demon. So, Yes?
Alright, Will, you're suddenly dragged away from this thing. I assume you want to willingly
Thank
fail the
God,
save.
I was waiting for her to say that. Get me away from this thing. Well, which way am I moving?
I assume
Back.
that way away from it, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And not getting closer to the pit. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Brings
that's
us
good.
to Fire, who is very hidden below the
I'm so
bricks
hidden.
here.
I am so hidden that I'm gonna pop up, do a sharpshooter, hit it.
Nope. You're gonna pop up and you're gonna fire an arrow straight into the wall behind it as
And
it
then I just go,
ding,
"Ah."
flies off the thing.
Bye,
Whatever,
and I just go back down.
Okay.
You're probably already on top of this, Brad, but just to double check, however this thing is sensing her behind cover so she can't hide, is it able to do it from however far away it is?
Yeah.
Okay. It was worth a shot.
Yeah.
I tried.
I'm
I tried.
so hidden. What do you mean?
It is Will's
tried.
turn. On fire,
Okay.
you take 1d10 fire damage.
Okay. 4. Alright, so any last requests before I burn to death? I'm trying to think if I hit this thing one last time in a blaze of glory, or I could try to scramble away, but I don't know how good that's gonna do.
I have no idea what's happening, so I can't even see you.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Nice.
you are blinded.
Yeah, I am just going to I'm gonna start moving back towards the rest of the group. I will take the action to douse the fire.
Okay.
I'm really torn. I'm just trying to smite the thing one last.
Take your time. It's rough.
Yeah, it's a hard fight, and we've been using the bloodied thing, right? So if we had it to half health, we would know, right? Or have we not been
the
using?
bloodied thing?
Yeah, the little mark when they're at like half health, or am I getting my campaigns mixed up?
I think you're. Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Oh, okay. Like when it gets below half health, you put the. I'm thinking of a different campaign.
That
Never
sounds
mind.
like a
Ignore
very
me.
kind and loving GM,
Okay.
but it is not me.
Okay. Can I tell if this thing has? Does it look winded or injured at all from the damage we've inflicted so far?
It honestly looks exactly the same. It's really hard to tell though because it keeps swelling and changing in size. It doesn't have blood. It doesn't have like skin necessarily. It is just moving lava that is roughly in the shape of a humanoid. Again, like a large Vita without wings almost, but its arms and legs are attached. It is pretty difficult to tell what is going on with it, let alone what's injuring it or how it would seem.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I don't think you have any idea.
I'm not entirely convinced that we've lost, but I'm not really convinced we can win this one either. So I'm deliberating on a just like kamikaze try to smite this thing one last time. No, I will fall back towards the rest of the group and see if we can't come up with something. I'll move back here and I will chug my remaining healing potion so that I don't get immediately KO'd again.
But you've used your action.
Are we not? Oh, right. Can we not use them on bonus action here?
Nope.
Okay, sorry. I'm getting my rules mixed up with other campaigns. In that case, I will bonus action. I will bonus action die. Can I just fall over? No, that's my turn, I think.
Okay.
I'll just end my turn right there.
Fix his turn.
And I believe I don't need to see anything to blast it.
So I started blasting.
So anyways.
You have disadvantage on anything that would be an attack roll. If it's a thing that causes a thing to have a save, I think you are good.
In that case, I will use Toll the Dead.
What is Toll the Dead? Give me it again.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. A dolorous bell fills the air around it, and it needs to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
Or take necrotic damage.
A 19.
Well, I guess
versus
that
your,
saves.
versus your spell save DC.
Yeah.
Or take 1d8 necrotic damage if the target is missing any of its hit points. It instead takes 1d12. So nothing happens, I'm
Nothing
assuming. Just
happens.
a sound of a tolling bell that doesn't seem to react to it when you do
Yep.
so. You want to do anything else?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna use my by touch. I'm gonna try and make my way along the wall.
You may do that.
Should get me to about here, I think.
Okay. The demon is going to also move. It seems to be moving towards Fix, Will, not you. Now that you are separated in a way, you can see that it seems to be focused on Fix and following, meandering, slowly lumbering forward. It continues to pulse and swell in light and fire and size, but that's the end of its turn, bringing us to you, Merlin.
I don't think you guys are gonna like what I'm gonna do, but I'm running out of options.
Gonna
I
eat
could-
some rocks.
No, no, I'm not gonna panic and eat
Reinforcing the insides.
and
Eat
eat the
dirt.
dirt again. It's not gonna happen again. Merlin is going to take the staff of necrosis with both his hands and once again use enhanced message to try and get a hold of Arias.
Oh,
Oh boy.
an interesting choice
Yeah.
here. Yes. What is your HP at? Okay, you're good.
It's not looking too hot, but I think we need his help.
Yes. All right. So you're going to attempt to contact Arias. First of all, I need to check what Arias is doing.
Oh no!
He's on the
2:30.
toilet. Sorry.
It's
He's in
2:30
the
in the
bath.
morning. He's asleep.
It's on voicemail. Please leave a message after the
If
tone.
you guys think the
Beep.
world isn't continuing on around you and stuff is happening while you guys are pissing around in the mist.
No, every NPC just stands there waiting to hear from us.
Yeah, I know. So, yes, you cast this. Roll me a d4 plus 1, please, while you cast this spell. And you send a message to Arias. What are you saying when you do so?
Well, the message would be, we need your help, Arias. Please come aid us.
Oh no.
Oh no. Emphasis on the please.
Okay. So, you send the message off to Arias. Moments pass before you get the response from Arias that says, I have no idea where you are, what you are facing in there, or how I can help you. And that is the end of your spell.
I think Merlin scuffs and he's just mad. So he starts eating dirt.
All right, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right, Merlin's nose bleeds worse than it did before, and that is the end of Merlin's turn, bringing us to you, Fire.
Would it be an action or a bonus action to hand something to Merlin?
Neither, as long as you're standing next to him.
Okay, so if I
allow you to
Can I
hand
just-
things and pick things up on movement, because it's kind of how it works. It's a bit weird.
Okay, then I'll just move up.
But then there's like
I'm gonna-
using things, using an object is an action, unless you are a thief rogue and you have the fast hands thing, which you can do on bonus actions.
I'm going to just walk up here. Hey, Merlin. And I'm gonna pull out the potion of speed. I'm gonna say, in case we have to run, and hand it to you.
He
And
takes
then-
it as he continues to stress eat.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll come back to my very hidden place and take a shot with my bow sharpshooter.
Okay.
And I hit it.
Unfortunately, 6 is very much a miss as the arrow flies past this thing, striking the back wall again. At the end of your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Will's turn.
I'm hidden.
You roll me a stealth check.
Mm-hmm. 14.
Will?
Okay, I am going to... I'm going to take one step towards the thing so that it is within 10 feet of me. And I'm going to use a menacing aura, which I haven't used since we were in the cave like several sessions back. This would be a transformation. I just look red and menacing and all kinds of intimidating. And any creature within 10 feet of me needs to succeed a charisma saving throw or become frightened. So it needs to be DC 13 charisma.
Wow,
Or
okay.
get feared.
Let's see here. A 16!
I'm really getting sick of this guy
That
saving
is
throws.
really
Yeah.
annoying because it has an 8 charisma.
Yeah, it's beaten every saving throw. Let's see. I'm just going to keep falling back because I cannot sustain another hit from this thing.
Yes.
Um,
Bringing us to Fix, unless you're doing something else.
I'm checking. I don't think I have an applicable bonus action here, but just let me double check.
Fix, by the way, for you rest of you, is wandering along a wall blindly. She looks insane. They're just kind of like walking along this wall, one hand out, stumbling over rocks and bricks, and then it's your turn.
Right, since we can't see each other's health bars, can I try to gauge how the rest of the party is looking? It's making it really hard to make decisions.
Yes, actually you should be able to see each other's health bars, and I've only just found out you can't, so yeah, you should be able to see how each other are doing. Merlin doesn't look good, Fire doesn't look great, you look terrible, and Fix is looking a little battered. No one looks great here.
Yeah, I know. I'm wandering away with this much health, so I'm like trying to figure how everyone else is looking.
No one's looking good. The fight with the pale ones hurt you guys, and then this is just messing you and Fix up right now.
I'm not gonna have a bonus action, but I'm probably gonna look at Fire and say, "You'd be a lot better fighting this thing than I would. Armor's no good against fire." And I will end my turn.
Fix's turn.
I'm going to continue making my way along this wall, but I'm going to try... I'm going to take my necklace and I'm going to try and, like, will Vita to leave. Like, dismiss Vita.
Try and dismiss Vita. All right. Yeah, give me a d20, first of all.
20!
Natural 20. Okay, let's see here. You know, you might even have that experience of kind of walking into Vita for a moment as you reconnect fully with Vita and will no longer need to roll d20s to have those connections to ask questions of Vita or to send commands again. However, trapped inside this magma demon, Vita is unable to really do anything because while it is being held by this thing, which seems to have a secondary level of command over it like you do, Vita is also trapped within that antimatter kind of element and field. It can't do anything whatsoever. It's literally caged. Along with that, it is being partially commanded and compelled by this creature, and the two of you are warring for Vita right now.
Ugh, okay. I'm gonna down a health potion.
Yep.
As my action, and then I'm gonna continue walking along this wall.
2d4 plus 2, and you continue to stumble away from where the creature is. The magma demon will take its movement, I guess, to about here, and unfortunately, for everyone within 60 feet of it, which is everyone, you see this thing suddenly, parts of it burst, parts of it swell like bubbles, and it lifts its head for a moment. It kind of loses that humanoid shape and then ripples and explodes again the same way it did outside. Except that this time, you guys are caught within the explosion. Everyone give me a Constitution saving throw.
Can I use shield?
You cannot. This is a save, not an AC thing. Will with 25, Fire with 20, Fix with 20, and Merlin with 9. That is 3 makes and a fail from Merlin. So, Will, Fire, Fix, you take half of 6d6 damage. Merlin, you're going to take the full fire damage here. 19. This explosion rocks out from this creature. It rumbles through this cave. Bricks, parts of the cave fall in. This fissure, kind of an enormous chunk of it breaks off as this fire washes over the area, pushing up dust and then snatching the oxygen from this enormous room. You're all caught in this wave. Some of you diving behind rocks, some of you in a position you're able to move out of the way of it. Either way, the heat, the extreme and intense fire and heat from this will damage you. You will take Merlin, you take 19 damage, and then everyone else takes 9 damage. And let's have Fix roll me 1d6 plus 1.
6 plus 1, 7.
7.
Oh no.
Magma dogs will appear. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Holy shit. Appear, falling from this thing, sloughing off of this thing's back, like appearing in the lava underneath it, legs forming out of molten rock as they turn over, each of them sighting one of you and looking up from this pool of lava. And that's where we're going to go to our break for the evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to go to a short break, and when we return, we'll see how these guys fare. It is not looking great It's going to take a miracle, maybe. D&D. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back. Here we are at the beginning of another turn of combat. If I can find my Roll20 link again. And it is the Magma dogs. They get to go on the turn that they spawn because they are horrible and very fast. And as it sits right now, Merlin falls to the ground unconscious. Will falls to the ground unconscious. Fix still blind. And Fire looking pretty messed up as these little dogs suddenly rush towards where you are. Let's see here. What do they do? So, we're going to have... This is going to suck so hard. Let's see if they can get to you, though. One can get to here. One can get to here. One is going to run straight at the unconscious Will, and one is going to run straight at the unconscious Merlin. Now, these things... I wonder if these things can... You're stealth. Fire.
Am I stealthed?
Did you roll a bonus stealth? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was 14.
14. Alright, I will roll to see if they can see you. 15-1 will rush towards you, but it can't make it, but it's going to run up to where you are. The other two will have to rush towards the others. Let's see, can't quite get to you either, but it will rush to where you are. Can't quite get to... Yep, can. Let's see, D2. 1, it runs to Merlin. 2, it runs to Will. 1, it runs to Merlin. This one rushes over to where Merlin is. Now, all of these things, apart from the one next to Fire and one of the ones next to Fix, explode. Merlin, you take 2 failed death saves. Will, you take 1 failed death save immediately, just from taking damage while being downed. Which means if Merlin takes 1 more failed death save, he will be dead. And if Will rolls a natural 1, he will be dead. The other 2 will explode. So give me 2 dex saves, Fix.
Uh, 17 and a nat 1.
All right. So one of them, you will only... The first one, you will only take half of 1d6 fire damage. So you take 1 damage there. No, you take no damage, actually.
Ooh.
And then the second one, you'll take the full thing. 3, so it's only half, so 1. They explode near you. You avoid most of it. Some of it hits you, but that fiery damage is not as bad for you as it might be someone else. Which brings us to Merlin. And you need to roll me a death saving throw. If you roll under a 10, you are dead.
Okay. Oh boy. Here we go.
That is a 2. Merlin, laying on the rock, falls to one side. His staff falling out of his hand rolls off of the brick and clatters to the ground in front of where he is. And Merlin has died. Brings us to Fire's turn. How does Fire react to this?
Fire. Just the act falls. There's no more tough fire. All the bullshit is gone, and she just no. Because I have Skirmisher, I can move up to half my speed as a reaction because this guy, that doesn't, can I do that now? Because he ended his turn in my area?
Let me see what you're trying to do. You're trying to... you can move up to half your speed as a reaction when an enemy ends its turn within 5 feet of you. Yes. It has already ended its turn, but we're on your turn.
So
you missed a chance to do the skirmisher.
Okay. I disengage. I run to Will. I force a potion down his throat. Potion of healing.
Here we go again.
2d4 plus 2. Will. And you are prone, laying on the ground as you choke on a potion and you find yourself awake again. Eyes staring up at Fire, who looks distraught and panicked. And pretty beaten up. It's still your turn, Fire.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Is that okay, I'm just going to... I just do it. I do all of this very quickly and am just panicked. And I just look around and realize what the fuck is going on. And I just look up. And I just scream. To the thing, to the mist. Make it stop.
Okay, roll me a d10.
Two.
You take 2 psychic damage, and everybody else, you see Fire's eyes roll up in her head, and she collapses to the ground next to Will after shouting, "Make it stop." She probably doesn't even make it all the way through the sentence there. Fire. It is you right now, alone in the mist. When you cried out, who were you crying out for? What was your intention?
I wasn't thinking clearly. So when I cried out, in my head, I was picturing Varden. From my past, who disappeared into the mist some time ago, and I just thought there's nothing left to do, and I don't know if anything can save us, but if I'm gonna It wasn't a clear thought. She just yelled out and thought maybe somehow he's here.
You immediately, after crying out, you feel yourself falling backwards. You feel your body falling backwards, but you also feel a secondary part of yourself falling backwards, but slower. By the time your physical body hits the floor, another part of you has left your body. That second part of you hits a great, vast body of water. You feel this version of yourself hit this huge body of water and then disperse into it as if you lose all sense of corporeal form, as if you lose all sense of physical or physicality. Your sense of touch is gone, your sense of smell and your sense of sight. Now you become as one with this enormous ocean. As soon as you think of Varden, you see Varden in the mist, and you see your brother with him, and you see your brother in this new form with this giant spider's body underneath him, with like a centaur, with his drow upper half sticking out of the bottom of an enormous spider's underside with these legs. And you see 3 of the legs of his spider self pierce through the body of Varden, and then discard his body to one side. And as he turns around, you see him now fully. Before, it was very difficult to make out what he looked like, but you can see your brother with full clarity standing before you, a monstrous version of him now. This body, his skin turned to a hardened kind of chitin, like a bug. Even his face is missing and covered in it. You can see his red eyes underneath it. You can see his hair still. You know that this is him. You can sense that this is him, and he sees you as you see him, and he says, "Sister."
You're not my brother.
I see you clearly now.
And I see you.
But before, I wasn't sure if it was a manifestation of my own, but you're really here.
And you're really that.
And you can be too.
You think I want to be that?
Why would you not?
I have a job here.
What is your job?
Over?
Such a small thing. I can give you a job for all eternity. You can become more powerful than you could ever imagine. Feel it around you. It's limitless.
I'm a part of something. I'm a part of something big.
No, you're a part of something small. We all were. But you're here now.
Not forever.
Are you sure about that?
Well,
Would you like to wake up?
Yes.
You see the form of your brother disappearing in front of you. You feel that sensation of this enormous body of water closing in, shrinks until you can feel your body once again as you return to your form. However, how much time has passed? I will tell you when you return to your body. At the moment, everybody else, well, actually, Will and Fix, you're the only ones here. Fire is passed out. She screams out for help and then falls to the ground, her eyes rolled up in her head in a uncomfortably familiar way for the both of you. Will, you see her land next to you as you are prone on the ground here, and it is your turn.
Okay. I will start by... Well, I have to stand up, so that's half my movement down.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to... I'm going to move towards Merlin.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm going to take the dash action and then go 1, 2, 3. I'm actually going to hop over Merlin because I was awake when she handed him that potion of speed and I know exactly what it is. So I'm going to run over here and retrieve it.
Yep.
And since I can't use it on a bonus action, I'm going to end my turn in cover behind these rocks.
Have you used your action?
I just used my action to dash just now.
Oh, yes, you did. Sorry. Yes, you are taking cover behind the rocks. And that brings us to Fix's turn.
I assume now I can finally see.
Yes, you are no longer blind.
And I survey the carnage around me, because I had no idea I was even surrounded. I'm gonna grab this magma dog in front of me by the throat and cast Frostbite.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The con save.
Con save. My dogs. A con save from the creature, 7.
Cool. It's gonna take... Oh, sorry. 2 cold damage.
2 cold damage. It's gonna take 4 cold damage. Your spell damages this thing for more than you were expecting it to, and you see this creature frozen and recoil horribly away from your grip. It doesn't die, however, but you do inflict this damage to it. You want to do anything else?
No. I don't know. Oh. I want to get closer to the party, but I know that I think getting closer means that any attacks will be targeting all of us instead of just me, and I don't want to put them in more danger. So, I'm gonna move back 20 feet.
Okay. The creature moves forward as well, and I need another dex save from you as it does the same move where it fires a line of molten lava towards you.
10.
10 is a fail. You are once again blinded. Roll me a d4, please.
4.
4 rounds you'll be blinded for, and you will take 7 fire damage. So 3 fire damage for you, as this line of fire is launched towards you. It spills over the walls, melts some of the brick even, but you cover and shield yourself from it, and it doesn't hurt as bad as you might expect. The dog, which was chasing you, rushes towards you and is going to immediately explode. Another dex save, please.
7.
You will take the full amount of 1d6, but 1 for you because you are a tiefling. So 1 damage from the dog, which explodes into magma and fire. Half of this place is on fire at the moment. Merlin is no longer in the turn order. Fire is unconscious. Will, it is your turn.
Okay. I am taking that Ocean of Speed and chugging it.
Yep.
So that is my main action. And then picking someone up who's downed. I can't remember if we established whether that's action or bonus action or just not an action at all.
I would imagine, to be honest, you would be able to just pick them up on your move.
Okay. I was gonna say
There's no real resistance.
I'm wondering how practical it is for me to grab both, because Merlin is tiny and Fire's the lady elf. I imagine she's probably not too big, right? Can I grab both?
I will make you do a check, a strength-based check.
Okay.
Once you pick up the second one.
Okay. But if I went for just Fire?
You would be able to do it without a check.
I'm gonna move 20 feet this way. I'm going to grab Fire. And at this point I move at half speed, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to use my hasted action from the speed potion to dash.
Yep.
Which would give me 120 feet of movement.
Are you running
moving it
all the way out?
I am getting her out of harm's way at the very least. Which would be... This dog thing is still alive, right?
No, that one is dead, I think. I can't remember what happened to
I
him.
wasn't sure if this thing's actually a threat or not. Okay.
We'll say it exploded, but it did nothing because Fire moved out of the way.
Okay.
It would have exploded by now.
In that case, I am grabbing Fire.
This wall is 5 feet. You're going to have to spend 5 feet to climb up it and then 5 feet to climb down. Well, 5 feet to climb up it.
Okay, yeah, and I'm not gonna bother then. I'm gonna grab Fire, move her with me, and I'm going to bring her all the way to the, like, edge of this wall thing. And, like, set her down on it. Like, right here.
Okay.
Next to me there.
Yeah.
And I will end my turn there.
Okay. Fix's turn. Blinded.
Okay, I'm gonna make my way back along the wall slightly. Can I get a sense through Vita where I am? Can I see through Vita? See myself?
Yes.
Cool. Alright, I'm gonna move up here in front of it, and I'm gonna use Icy Hands.
Okay.
That is a dexterity saving throw.
Dex save from the creature on an 11 would be a fail.
Takes full cold damage, which is 4d6.
4d6 is
13 cold damage. And the hex damage.
And the hex damage.
3 necrotic.
Yes. You launch a torrent of ice forward towards this thing. The creature immediately responds to it. You see parts of the lava freeze over. You see parts of the stone on it harden and fall to the ground as rock. It hurts this creature really badly, and you deal double damage.
And I don't see anything.
You don't see any of it. But you actually deal 26 damage to this creature, and it looks messed up as all of these bits fall off of it, broken. And is that the end of your turn?
I'm going to scramble back against the wall again. And that is the end of my turn.
Okay. The creature will move towards you again. As it does so, give me a dex save. It's firing another torrent of fire and
15.
lava towards you. 15 is a 8, so you'll only take half of 5, so 2 damage. You are already blinded, so it doesn't do anything. That is the end of that thing's turn. Fire is still unconscious. Will's turn.
Since we still can't see each other's health meters, can I tell how well Fix is withstanding this?
She looks okay, but she's also stumbling around blindly, which is probably making that a little more difficult for you to tell. She doesn't look too bad. The fire just doesn't seem to be hitting her skin as hard. You know that tieflings would have a certain resistance to fire. Heat doesn't affect their skin the way that it might yours.
Right.
She's perfectly well suited to fight this thing.
Can I, after that icy hand's connected, how badly messed up is this demon thing looking?
Pretty messed up. It, for the first time, looks smaller and weaker, and it's struggling to move in parts. Bits of it have hardened fully under the cold.
I'm gonna yell out to Fix at this point and say, "It's hurting, but I think Merlin's gone and fire's out."
What do you mean Merlin's gone? Gone where?
It means it got him.
It seems to want me. Just leave. See if you can get as far away as you can. I can distract it for long enough that you can get away. Just go. Take the invisibility potions. Go.
I'll bet you can. I'm going to move to this rock, and I'm going to drag Fire with me.
Mm-hmm.
And put her, like, in cover behind this rock.
Yep.
And then I still have freaking lot of movement left because Potion of Speed is insane. Okay, I'm going to come back to about... Actually, wait. The range on this ability, I think, is pretty good.
He's moving like a blur almost. The speed at which he's moving is crazy, but I guess, Fix, you don't even see it.
You
We
just
as an
hear
audience
clanking
see.
much
Yeah.
faster than usual. It does reach. Okay. I am going to use a new skill, which I've had it in my back pocket for a while, and I was kind of waiting for a suitable moment to use it. But I'm going to cast a spell. It's a homebrew spell, so people watching at home don't freak out, 'cause Brad already okayed this one. But I'm going to cast Spear of Light.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I'll have to make an attack roll for it, but yeah, it's the same javelin throwing motion that we've seen Will do 100 times, except this point when I'm reaching up for the javelin and I'm just out of them at this point. I'm just gonna focus for a second and make a bolt of radiant energy and throw it at this thing. and try to hit it. Which is... I can find it on my character sheet. I know it is here. I may have it coded in wrong, so I'm just going to put javelin throw for the time being.
Yep.
That is a 23 to hit.
That is a hit.
Which will inflict 14 radiant damage.
How does this thing look when it streaks through the air?
It looks like an improvised javelin, exactly that, just thrown at the back of this thing's head, and there's probably sparks flying off it as it travels through the air.
Yeah. You launch this thing. It strikes this creature, and as the javelin pierces into the creature's flesh, you see this kind of radiant light pushing through where the flames would be, dousing them. There is a certain amount of steam that falls off of it as the form of the creature turns one way. From out the back of it, you see Vita launched outward, striking against the back wall and falling to the ground. The fire of Vita put out as well, and he returns to a kind of smoky, ashy form. This enormous beast turns and crystallizes into molten rock as it falls down, hits the ground, shatters into a few boulders and a few pieces, and rolls across the ground as you defeat this demon. Moments later, Fire, you return to consciousness. You find yourself floating back towards your body for a moment before realizing that you're in this cave, before remembering what has happened. You don't know how much time has passed, but you find yourself on the ground looking upwards at the cave. Parts of this cave are falling and broken, and the tremors of this enormous thing falling down die away. And across from where you are, burning in embers and surrounded by bits of cooling lava, there is the small frame of Merlin, his staff on the ground to one side of him, his satchel on the other side, and his body small and unmoving. However, you guys have defeated the Magma demon. What do you do next?
Can I see it?
The demon?
Can I see?
Oh, you can see, yes, it ends the effect.
Oh, thank God. Where's Merlin? Where is he?
He's over there, and your little friend is okay too, from the look of it.
Can I see Merlin? Can I see Merlin from where I am?
Yes.
I'm going to...
We rush over to Merlin.
Yeah, go to Merlin.
Run to Merlin.
Also, just kind of look up at the fact that fire is now moving again. Glad you're okay.
Where? Is he okay?
Is there nothing we could do to help him? I take out a health potion and I try and feed it to him.
Does nothing.
Merlin? I'll grab him.
Merlin, wake up! Wake up!
I put my head on his chest. See if I can hear anything.
No beat.
He can't be dead. He can't be dead. There's got to be something we can do.
You said you can. You were asking. You were asking the mist to. Asking it questions.
Do you think the mist could help?
Fix him?
I close my eyes immediately and try and ask the mist if we can. Can we bring him back?
Roll me a d10.
4.
You take 4 sanity damage. Are you asking the mist or are you asking your demon?
I'm gonna ask my demon.
As each of you see Fix collapse to the ground, Fix, you float up once again. You lose your physical form, you rejoin this great consciousness that is inside the mist. There is thousands of voices and thousands of thoughts and creatures that, in a cacophony, along with your own voice, you hear hundreds of things speaking to you, including your own voice at times. You don't know whether it's you speaking or whether it's something speaking with your voice for the longest time before there is a moment that you find yourself again. You find your own voice and you know it to be just your voice. And you speak out and you ask your demon, what?
Can we bring him back?
A moment passes before you hear a response that says,
Thief, I was wrong about you. I thought you a tick upon my cold flesh. Yet you have so easily dispatched with one of the princes of fire.
Prince of Fire?
Will you come to me?
How do I save the wizard?
The wizard. The other tick that siphons from us.
Sure.
time passes. A good long time of silence before the voice returns.
This one yet lives. What games do you play with me, Tick?
He lives in what capacity?
He is beyond.
Where is beyond?
Beyond the mist.
How do we get beyond the mist?
What games do you play with me, Thief?
I'm not playing any games.
You will lose yourself if you waste time here, away from your body. The strings will snap, and you will float away. But that will not serve me. I care not for your wizard, but I care for your power. You are asking the wrong creature. Look around you. Ask what you want. The simple thing of bringing those that have died back to life is nothing. The harder tasks lay ahead of us. Balmoth.
What tasks?
Darkness be damned. The child flees in fear of something scrambling, I sense it. It has a bloodlust, and while its eye is turned, we can usurp it.
Child. You know the child?
I am the child. You are the child. Look around. You have taken unto yourself the child's power.
Are we talking about the same child?
The child of darkness. That which came before even I.
Who are you?
I am Shamsil, the Demon King of Ice. And who are you, Thief?
I am Fix. And I seek this child.
Then our plans are aligned. We shall crush Balmoth, and then we shall crush the child.
Forgive me, Balmoth?
The Demon King of Fire. You have just killed his son,
Oh, good.
and it seems you are in possession of another.
Okay. So we are aligned. You won't consume me? Okay.
Do you feel your body?
Do I feel my body?
Absolutely not. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw or a Wisdom saving throw. You may do one or the other.
14.
14. You can return to your body, but as you attempt to feel your body, you can feel these strings being pulled. For the longest time, you were aware that they were there, and you float up and away from your body, and these strings get thinner and thinner and thinner. The further and the longer amount of time you spend away and drift in this sea of consciousness, the closer you come to completely losing your physical and corporeal form. And you've been here for a very long time.
I'm going to try and return to my body.
Come to me, Tick.
And you return to your body, barely making it back without having to take any more sanity damage. When you return to your body, I wonder what you see. The two of you see Vix disappear. She falls to the ground. Her eyes roll up in her head. Several moments pass before... Vix, for you, it feels probably a lot like waking up from an extremely deep sleep. It's difficult at first even to move your body and your limbs. It feels strange, almost like when you have pins and needles or something like that. Your body feels almost alien to you for a moment. Your vision a little distorted, and the sense of smell and even your senses in terms of emotions come back to you strange. You wake up with an odd sense of euphoria for a moment before the sensations of what had previously happened come to you. Your memories of what happened in the in this astral space with the demon return, and essentially nothing else has changed.
Vix.
No, I need to ask again. I asked the wrong being. I need to ask the mist.
Maybe.
You can ask the mist. You've spoken to the mist before.
I'll ask.
Let me.
He said that Merlin was in the beyond, but that he was still alive. What does that
Beyond.
mean?
I have a direct connection here. We don't have time, and I'll just close my eyes and try to ask.
What are you asking?
I want to ask my brother. I want to speak to my brother again, and I want to ask if it seems like I just want to ask if he can bring Merlin back in any way, or knows if they can, and what I can do, what I can offer.
Roll me a d10.
For Fire, he has to come back. There's not another option.
This hurts. The last thing you feel as you ask this question is a tearing in your mind for a moment. And roll me a d4.
3.
You reach out for your brother. What you find is something very different. For the longest time, you float on that body of water, and you feel your body floating there this time. You are connected still to something. As you move along this body of water, something reaches up for you. What do you do?
I reach towards it.
You're pulled into this watery abyss, and the thing pulling you down doesn't feel like an arm, doesn't feel like a tentacle or anything awful. It feels like you're pulled into a current, and you're dragged down and down and down into a darkness that is beyond darkness. Something at the edge of your vision or the edge of your senses is screaming at you, but you follow it down. Roll me another d10. What is your sanity at right now?
With that, 73.
What do you ask of the abyss?
Bring back Merlin.
Merlin, you wake up. That's where we end today's session.
Welcome back, Merlin.
Yeah, but at what cost? What?
But at what cost, indeed.
Merlin still hasn't paid Fire. Do you think she's just gonna let him go? What the hell is wrong with you guys?
I like that you think Fire's coming back.
Yeah, no. I'm
Um,
making a joke, Brad, to lighten the mood.
well, that's perfectly fine by me. That is the end of today's session. It was a big boy combat. Two additional things. One, before we fully end here, Fix, you are aware of this information about these demons now. When you return to your body, you have an understanding of Shamsiel, the demon of ice, the wiser of the two, and Balmoth, the demon of fire, who is the stronger of the two. You have defeated a spawn of Balmoth, known as a Prince of Fire. And this is kind of a thing where something primordial is translating it into common for you, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't translate to Prince of Fire, but it's the best that your tiny little brain can comprehend while it speaks to you whenever you speak to it. and that there are 2 others. And
Did I understand Vita to be one of them?
You understand that the princes themselves have offspring, smaller creatures, and Vita would be something like that.
Okay.
And that is really what it is. Vita is a prince of fire as well.
Okay.
But not quite to the level of the 3 main princes of fire that exist. That is probably what you understand from the demon's perspective. It's almost as if Shamsiel let you in on a piece of information. Merlin, we're going to speak in the week. Fire, we're going to speak in the week. But Merlin has a tattoo of rotten flesh across his chest that says Vita mutator non tolitor.
So wait.
Wow.
He's got a lethal mark on his chest too. Will join me in the death club, Merlin. Let's go.
Yay, let's go.
2 of you, although the problem with Merlin is that, and this is the final piece of information, is that Will is not an undead, but Merlin is. So let's do a round of shout-outs before next week. Let's start with you, Merlin. You, what were you thinking? First of all, it's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're
I was
legitimately dead, by the way, if they hadn't done some stuff here.
yeah, no, I know I would have been toast.
Yeah.
That would have been the end for me. Shit. Wow.
I mean, you are
Yeah.
still dead, by the way. You're just an undead.
I am ashamed because the last thing I did was just eat a bunch of dirt.
And then you
You know,
died.
you die doing what you love.
I ran out of options, so I just started stress eating.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, hi. I'm Dispy. I played Merlin for you today. I died and came back undead. I'm still processing this. Yeah, what a great episode. Yes and no. But yeah, you can find me here on Twitch and Twitter, DispyRx, playing other Vigima games, and yeah, that's it.
As living beings.
As living beings.
Yes. What about you, Leah? What happened here? What were you thinking?
I mean, in a way, I was super happy to actually be able to talk to the demon. I was happy to have like an excuse to do it. So yay.
It's really fucking dangerous having a full conversation like that, though.
Yeah,
You
no.
got
I was like, how
lucky.
far can I push this?
Yeah, I won't tell you the DC actually, but you were lucky. You were close. It was bad. Would have been bad.
I was like, I need to talk to the mist, really, to ask, but I was like, I can't push my luck too much. So, well, we'll just leave it there. Wow, yeah, next week's going to be interesting. I say every week. Next week's going to be interesting. And I'm glad we finally found out Shamsiel.
Yes, I will give you all the
thank God.
names and blurbs and things in a minute as well. Everyone that needs info.
Thank God Merlin's still with us, kind of. You're using the staff the wrong way, Merlin.
Clearly.
I've been playing Control on my channel, twitch.tv/Leah. And I think I'm going to be playing 12 minutes at some point soon because we're almost at the end of Control. And Final Fantasy 14. Woo! And tomorrow, Mistlight After Dusk will be on. And oh my God, we have so much to talk about. And hopefully we'll have a special guest. We'll find out. Yeah, tomorrow, 10 p.m. British time on twitch.tv/Leah. Come over. We talk about all the theories. We talk about everything that's happened. And see if we can come up with any interesting thoughts.
It's always a good time. I enjoy sitting there laughing.
Literally like Brad Darkside.
Like. Sometimes you guys come up with like really good theories that are better than the actual story, but it's too late for me to change. And I'm like, damn it, that would have been way better. But here we are. Hopefully you enjoy this version, the original story. Also, prize rap name, original story. What are you doing? You doing anything? You streaming yet?
Try again. That was bad.
Original story. Oh, I was hoping that you would take it away and just start rapping.
No.
No?
No,
I know
want
you're
you to
good at
sit in
rapping
that.
because we've sat and freestyled several times.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, fine.
You can see me here next week as my kazoo bard, right? I am dead.
Maybe.
I fucking died today. That's what happened. I think Merlin died, and then I died, I think, and so this is cool. You can find me at Brutal Bree everywhere.
All right. What about you, Fairlight? Also
Hi,
known
I'm
as
Fairlight
The Flash.
The Flash. I'm Fairlight_Excalibur on Twitch, and I completely forgot that potion of speed existed until you pulled it out at the end, Bree, and I was like, now you pull it out. Hey, Brad, before I get too far into the shout out, I have to put you on the spot and ask you a question. Do we level up off this? Every D&D player's favorite question.
You do.
We do. All right, there we go.
This is gonna be the last thing I said, but yeah, you get a level up. You guys
right,
are
there we
level
go.
5 now. Well done.
Let's go!
You left
Even
Merlin-
if you died? What if you
Yeah,
Merlin
died?
literally-
Still get level 5.
Okay.
Merlin literally died for this level, so you better cherish this level. It's a big one.
Merlin gets a level up because he's a Saiyan. He just
Yeah.
comes back stronger.
I'm Fairlight_Excalibur on Twitch. You can find me live pretty much every single day in the US evening times, and I'm just counting down the days till New World comes out. So in the meantime, we're playing different stuff every day, like little indie games and whatnot. And I'll probably also be playing 12 Minutes. That one looks pretty interesting for sure.
All right. Level 5 undead wizard. That can't go wrong.
That's fine.
If you somehow save the world from all this other stuff, you've left a Lich King in charge, no doubt.
Sick.
That wouldn't be the first time, Brad.
That is true. That is very
It
true.
wouldn't be the first time that my party has left an unkillable Demon King thing ruining
Yeah,
the world.
Well
okay?
done. Yes.
This whole session was something. I don't think I've had to sit there like every single turn that happened was me like going through like every single possible thing, and I was like, "There's no right answer. This just sucks."
Yeah, so
there isn't a correct move. It just sucks.
It was rough,
Yeah.
and it was an almost entirely homebrewed monster that I created. And really, all it can do is 2 moves. It has an ability to fire a line of magma that can potentially blind you, or on a recharge of 2 turns, it does that explosion, which it warns you. If this was a Final Fantasy game, it would have the little countdown at the top.
Yep.
You know.
I felt it. I was like, no.
Yeah, but it spawns the little magma dogs, which also just run towards you and explode. And I was like, this is kind of rough, but you guys have burst down things before, but this thing has a resistance to magic, because nothing has resistance to magic, and I just thought that like that would be an interesting thing to mess with. At this point, unfortunately, you're in my DM going silly, messing with stuff phase, and you just have to suffer that. And I was like, you know what, stuff doesn't, this would have resistance to magic, this thing in this horrible mist, and there's more reasons why, but they will be spoilers, and I just thought that would be fun as well. But it's a pretty rough fight, considering the only thing that does hurt it a lot is cold damage.
that's the thing. I was like tossing up. I was like, I've got cold damage, but it's either going to be absolutely useless against a magma demon,
Yeah.
or it's going to be really good.
the
So I
thing-
thought I'd try the frostbite, and then
Yeah, the thing
There
with
we
it, when I was first coming up with it, was that you're actually really strong against it, and really only you, unless fire kind of bursts it down, because it does just take normal damage from arrows and swords
Yeah.
and things. So I figured that the team comp here would be pretty rough on Merlin. He can only really be a support. But, and you know, this is if you had the manual open way to defeat it, is having Will and Fire launching from range, because Will hitting it every turn, taking 1d10 fire damage is also not great for him. And then just having Fix go full cold damage and tanking more of the fire damage because she's a tiefling. But of course, you know, you have to figure that stuff out, and then there's dice rolls, and there's all the other things that went on. And I didn't balance it at all. I just went, well, let's see if they want to fight it or run, and you know, see how it goes. But it's rough. It's rough, and it captures Vita at the beginning, because that's what it's honing in on. It was like, that's one of mine. And he run over to Vita. But as soon as he arrives there, who's there but the enemy? The tick, the thief. And so it becomes
definitely one of those fights where once you know how it works, it would have been easy. But like by the time you figure it out, you're kind of in a bad spot.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fun and sometimes frustrating part of coming up with homebrew combats that are where you're trying to purposefully deconstruct some of the mechanics and reuse them in different ways, because you really have no idea how. Because if you knew that or you worked that out in the first turn, you would have obliterated this thing. But sometimes you can't. There's just no way for you to know. And I also, I only provide small clues here and there, like it's charging up, so you had to get out of the way of it and stuff like that. But you never know, and it's just the way it goes. You were very lucky today, I think, because it could easily have TPK'd. It would have been
I feel like it could have been a lot worse somehow.
Yeah.
Despite everything, it could have been
That would have been
worse.
a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
There were a few moments there when I was like, uh-oh, this is going real bad.
Yeah,
Real quick.
it's rough, and it's a TPK monster because it just explodes in damage. So it's about negating that or avoiding that in some way. And once it's in its molten form, it's very slow. So the idea that it had 20 feet of movement is that you run out of that 60 foot. So it counts down, you run away, it explodes, you run back in. Was kind of where my head was at. But again, I'm sitting here with the manual, like, this is how you would do it if you knew everything. And let's see how that works out mechanically for you. And honestly, I thought it was quite fun. I know it was rough, but it kind of went how I expected, I guess. Is Fairlight crashing again?
Everything's fine on my end. I see that I seem to be lagging on the stream, and I'm not sure why.
Well, it's the end of the stream anyway.
It doesn't matter anyway.
This is
Me
the
and my
end of
3
it.
FPS.
Yes.
We'll go home.
There is no more. There's no more from us. Thank you so much for watching, everybody.
And what are you doing
Hey,
tomorrow,
Chica,
Brad?
What are you doing, Brad?
Oh, I am starting Suikoden 1. It won the game vote. I am playing a JRPG, my fave. I've never played Suikoden 1. I've played Suikoden 2. It is PB's favorite game ever, Suikoden 2. And we did a game vote. And I'm starting that up tomorrow at 2 p.m. UK time, which is 9 a.m. Eastern. If you want to jump in on the beginning
all of them?
the thing. No, I mean, I do whatever the game vote says, right? But eventually I'll probably do all of them. Slowly but surely, my plan is to...
You gotta do Suikoden 3. That one's amazing.
I'm planning to transition entirely into a JRPG streamer. I just have to wait. I think you've got to be a bit older because it's a bit of a stream killer just playing JRPGs. But if you just play JRPGs, then that's your thing. And one day I'll either be that or, a janitor. I don't mind either one.
I really thought that sentence was going to end differently. I thought you were saying you're just transitioning into becoming a JRPG.
Yes, I will one day. I mean, that's kind of
at the end of the sentence.
If you didn't realize you're playing a JRPG right now, almost.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in, people. Next week we're going to do one more giveaway of the book, the spell book,
Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft.
Guide to Ravenloft, and that's that. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.